welcome, sports fans. Welcome to False Nine, this 14th of March edition. Um, how are you doing today, Mark?
Man, I'm doing very, very good.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Last week when we did this show, we were coming off that Orlando City high. Um, scoring the 5 goals, scoring the, you know, all the fun stuff, the goosies. We were talking about, can Nashville handle us? Can um,
Yeah,
we were gonna sweep the string of games, and um, it was a little bit of a roller coaster ride this week to
it
say the
was.
least.
It was.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and dive right in with the the first game, which was the away leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup against Nashville.
Yeah.
What do you think about the beginning of the game?
Um, you know, when I first saw the lineup, I was like, man, five back. Here we go again. So at that point, I was already, very, very hesitant to see how we started, given the track record with that formation. And, it lived up to the track record. First couple minutes, Nashville was finding space in behind, our right wing back, in between Avilas, in between Kristoff. And they were getting into, spots where they can make us, feel pressure. And surely enough, they played through the middle. Mukhtar got the ball in there. Poor tackling by Redondo and Sergey led to a Schaffelberg goal.
It's
So
almost it's almost as if we shouldn't have traded away starting right back without a
with no,
replacement.
yeah, yeah, it makes you wonder, right?
If it feels like like
It feels
maybe
like
let's
a
not trade away
yeah,
a right back that lets us play a back line of four
yeah,
as
yeah,
opposed to
yeah. I mean, it's true.
okay. So you said Redondo and the back line struggled
Yeah.
in that sequence.
Mhm.
Redondo is that I'm struggling to find a word that's worse than sloppy for that Redondo tackle. Unnecessary. Busquets missed the tackle, although Busquets was a standing tackle, and someone else missed the tackle.
Sergey
We
Kristov
had
just he mistimed his first tackle, and then he just turns, and
he got
Redondo doesn't.
complacent.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Redondo just really he didn't make an attempt. It's that simple. He did not make an attempt to tackle. If there was an attempt, yeah, I didn't see it. And surely enough, the ball gets squared away to Jacob Schaffelberg, who was a man on fire that first leg.
I
He
feel that.
is he put away a goal.
I mean, I feel like Redondo should have been playing for the Dolphins the way he
Ole defense. Ole. Yeah.
Alex says I don't know, but that 5-3-2 is working, and I'm not scan at all.
Scared. I would say he's not scared. He says, I'm guessing he's not scared. That's what he wants to say.
Well, okay, we'll go step by step against Nashville. That that five back, I feel that really
That first leg. That
yes,
first leg. Because we'll get into yesterday's game a little later, but that first leg we struggled, and I mean, it was very noticeable. I mean, like we did not. I mean, aside from them having that first chance in the first 4 minutes, we had 71% possession. We had a couple of chances to score, but like I said, we have possession, but empty product. That we
purposeless possession.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, we got caught out so many times. The width between the three center backs was not good at all.
Well, that's the
There was
thing.
too much. There's too much space between Avilas and Sergey. That game specifically, that Schaffelberg had a field day running up and down that left side.
Well, do you think that they struggle with assignments with that five back? Because with four, it's kind of easy. You have the guys on the wings, and then your two center backs pair
Yeah,
and usually work off of
eh,
each other. With that
yeah,
five,
and with those guys on the wings, I mean, if they're caught up, in the attacking third, guess what? You're three against, maybe four sometimes because they just put the ball into the midfield and they lay it off to one of their wingers, and their wingers aren't on net.
do you
So
think the five back gives our left all out. Well, yeah, Jordi Alba and whoever's on the right. It's been Gressel lately, but do you think it gives him a false sense of security? We have
Um,
what I can go up.
y- that I mean, it just needs to be worked on, honestly. Like the discipline needs to be worked on when to pick and choose runs, when to go up, when a center mid should drop in to cover that right wing back position, when the center backs need to be closer together to eliminate, runs in between them and stuff like that. So, like I said, yesterday's game was really telling of how that five back could work if deployed properly.
Now, I mean, you said purposeless possession.
Hmm.
We end the half, and
Hmm.
it's almost as if we're probing, but it feels like we're painting outside. We're a coloring book, and all we're doing is painting outside the
I mean,
lines.
you look at the end, like that first half, and Nashville had another chance with Mule, who had a ball squared in front of him, and it could have put 2-0 right there. So we were fortunate to be down 1-0 going to the half. Like you said, we were painting around, not really troubling Willis that much. So to go down one is okay there.
Right. It almost felt like I feel like Nashville almost felt like it was a win to go up 1-0 at the half
Hmm.
because they never controlled the ball. They had that,
Yeah,
though
they,
their
they, yeah,
opportunistic
yeah,
chances,
yep.
and then we go into the half 1-0. We come out, and what happens?
Jaden Schaffelberg strikes again. I mean, 1 minute in, that guy gets played on the left side, cuts it onto his right foot, top shelves a shot that Calder had no shot of touching. I mean, it was an absolute beauty of a goal. And there I am thinking, awesome, we are going to get run out of the stadium 3-4-0 before I can even say 60 minutes is up.
I
I
agree.
mean,
I felt the same
I
way.
mean, I,
I was like,
I was like, okay, these guys are just going to overload us and just bombard us with attack after attack after attack, and we're just going to have to sit back and take it right now.
what
And,
I was scared of. Damn it, they're down 2-0, and then they're going to feel this need to start taking chances almost and try to go up and try to go up and try to go up, and all
mhm,
that was going to do was exactly what you said.
mhm.
3, 4. I was even scared for it to be 5-0. To be honest,
Yeah,
a
I
minute
mean,
in, you get hurt again, and you're like, damn it.
you're when you're playing away and you have the away goal differential aggregate tiebreaker thing going, I mean, your best bet is just to find one, and you better hope they don't score another one to make it 3-1 away at Nashville. Because I mean, yes, you got an away goal, but now you got to go win at home 2-0 against a team that just beat you 3-1. They're going to come out hot. They're going to come out. So credit to Inter Miami for holding it down, keeping it 2-0, and then eventually in the 50, I would say 15 minutes after Shackelberg scored, Messi comes out to score. He says, "I have arrived." He's let's go. He gets a goal, typical Messi goal,
And
left-footed shot to the left side of his left side, curling near post, and keeper didn't touch it.
see, I thought that goal was telling because just before the goal, Messi was frustrated. Almost, Messi was pissed. Something
Yeah,
happened. He was
Anibal
pissed.
Godoy got him and Anibal Godoy, who is I want to say Panamanian or Costa Rican
Yes, no, I
international.
think he's Panamanian. I think he's Panamanian.
Okay, they got into it at the edge of
Mhm.
the box there after a tackle, and then once Messi gets that look in his eyes, like give me the damn ball. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yes, and
I
we
was just
learned a
waiting. I
lot
was just
about that
waiting.
method.
I was just waiting for that goal to happen. I mean, it's a typical. Messi scored that goal, I don't know, 1,000 times in his career already.
The thing that struck me the most, the thing that I noticed was the most was Messi usually scores and he's very, he celebrates,
Hmm.
but he's like, oh,
Hmm.
okay. After that goal, there was a almost like a let's effing go. There was a fire. There
Hmm.
was a, you know, like we're not going out like this kind of
No,
that
no, no, no.
that moment, and
Hmm.
it was a breath of fresh air for me.
Yep. I mean, like you said, like he wanted to go. He wanted to go get another one because he knew how important where it was to get at least another away goal. Tie up the first leg and go back home. tied with, having an aggregate of the away goals being 2 and you advancing.
Now,
And then sure,
that
yeah.
that goal
Mhm,
sparked almost, I feel like, a turn of the game, because then we
mhm,
got waves going forward,
mhm,
and it felt
mhm,
like the game opened up a little bit more because
mhm.
Nashville did get a few chances, but it almost allowed Inter Miami to kind of get that flow going.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it did. You know, bringing that goal brought life to the team. Like, okay, let's start buckling down on defense. Let's eliminate, these long balls and stuff like that. They did get caught up a couple times after, but able to handle it. And then, time's ticking down, dying seconds of the game. Uh, I mean, ball gets played into Busquets off a recycled pass, off an interception, and Suarez rises to the occasion. Header.
Now,
90th plus 3, and we're at that time. We're tied. I'm like, we're tied. We're tied. We took 2 goals somehow.
that service to
I mean,
Suarez,
it was a simple ball. It's a simple ball from Busquets. He's played it his entire career. Suarez just rises up and puts it away, like he has been.
which surprised me. I honestly did not think Suarez can get up there. Jay says, "Do you think Messi's still considered to be in his prime despite his age?"
No, no,
Okay, I would say, do you think LeBron is in his prime?
no.
But he still has those moments of greatness
He
where,
does, but it's not his prime. Messi is scoring 83 goals for Barcelona, in a calendar year.
well, I would say that his prime ended when he left Barcelona.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was
I mean,
in Messi
yeah, yeah, yeah,
PSG.
yeah. I'm not that PSG. I don't. He never played for PSG for me. He wasn't happy and stuff like that. So it was very tough on him. I mean, he still produced some. He didn't pretty do anything in the Champions League and stuff like that. So to say he's in his prime now, despite it now, I don't think he's in his prime.
That was a good question though, because
Yeah,
you know
I mean,
everyone
he shows qualities of being in his prime with like certain touches, certain dribbles, shots and stuff like that. But in his prime, this Messi scores 4 on Nashville by himself.
okay, so does okay, that's an excellent point. But I would say that him not being in his prime, him being, for all intents and purposes, old,
Mhm, mhm,
and his ability to still do what he does here at Inter Miami
mhm.
speaks to how great he was
Yeah,
at his peak powers.
undoubtedly one of the greatest to ever play the game.
Alex says MLS comp. Well, yes,
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of comparing apples to oranges here.
yeah,
Um,
it
the
is. It does
competition
suck.
level, I mean, the competition level is just, you know, way
But
different.
Messi level is
Patient.
also way different.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just a different scenario
I
than
think
it
it goes
was
hand in hand. Where
the greatest. I mean, yeah, I didn't say at worst he's 1B. That's at worst he's the second
who's
greatest player.
so who would be 1A?
Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, those 2 are 1A, 1B. You can mix and match those however you want.
You wouldn't put any of the old heads there, Pele, Maradona, um, and
I
then you can get
mean,
into a string of other names.
yeah, I know, but no. For me, it's no order, top 5 all time. Messi, Cristiano, Pelé, Maradona, Cruyff. And then just outside, Zidane
Okay, and Cruyff isn't a name
and
that
R9.
usually people associate, but I agree.
Cruyff. Cruyff is one of the Cruyff is a legend.
I agree with you. So Suarez saves the day.
Mhm,
We avert disaster, and we live to fight another day. Great result away. Nashville is usually a team that gives us a little bit of trouble.
mhm.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alex says
Nashville, that
Ronaldo's
that that
too.
team, that hey, I know this guy's a Barca fan. I'm arguing with a Barca fan. It's okay. Where's Jordan? Jordan's a Madrid fan, and Jordan's
Of
not
our
here right now. I don't
generation, it's Messi.
there.
Jay says Messi can adapt his style to any situation. That's that. Yes, I agree with you.
He
Messi is
he
much more.
PSG, he didn't really adapt because there was too many mouths to feed and too many politics going on in there. So he was a background dancer for that PSG team, I would say.
Which, but he has the ability to distribute. He has the ability
Yeah,
to.
yeah, no, I'm not denying that. It's just,
I can see where Jay says that he can adapt to almost anything.
yeah,
He doesn't need to
he's
be a goal
a
scorer.
system, what we call a systemless quarterback in the NFL.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
Messi, yes, yes. He's a he's not gonna play right wing, he's not gonna play left, he's gonna play anywhere he wants on the pitch, he's gonna scan, he's gonna find the ball, he's gonna score.
So we live to fight another day in terms
Mhm.
of the result at Nashville. We're headed home and we feel good 2-2. Um, we talked about the game on Saturday, the Montreal game.
Mhm.
A
Yeah,
very what we thought was a very winnable game, and we
yeah.
continue with the the Messi debate.
This guy.
But we're here. Montreal's not a strong team in terms of where we thought they'd finish, where we thought they'd be.
Yeah.
And Tata takes the opportunity to rest some guys.
Mhm.
No Messi, uh, you
Busquets
know,
didn't start,
Messi and friends on the
Suarez
bench.
didn't start. Yeah, Messi was
Alba,
out completely, yeah.
Alba
Alba
was
played.
sick.
Alba
Alba played.
was the dude. He was the dude.
So Nashville is what he missed
Nashville, he missed because he was sick.
because he
He
was
stayed
sick.
home. Yeah,
Okay. So again, we come back with
the
our
5 back.
favorite formation.
But, until we sign the right back, it's gonna be a thing. So, I mean, we might as well adapt to it and train it hard and get really used to it in case we have to deploy it at some time that, we need it. Might as well get that continuity, with the team, with the midfielders and the right wing back and the center backs and left wing back and center backs and stuff like that. So it didn't work again because
So
Montreal had a game plan.
the biggest thing you've seen, you said, was the spacing in the back.
It's the spacing in the back and then the midfield. There's no midfield control in that Montreal game. So basically, what they did in well, I'll cover the second half of Montreal when we get there. But what
Okay.
Montreal wanted to do was, just put a guy in the like a false a
Put a
center
guy.
forward,
Oh, okay, play a
Kokoro
false nine.
play Kokoro in the middle, and then just have the two wingers, Lassiter and Ruan, just get in behind and stuff like that. And if they ended up catching us on the break twice with two really really bad mishaps at the back. One eventually led to a goal.
Right. So they scored,
Yeah,
and it was not unexpected if you were watching the game. Now, if
no,
you
they were
weren't
gonna
watching
score.
the game, that 1-0, kind of shocked you a little bit.
Hmm.
But then our what we spoke about at the beginning of the season with our preview was our biggest concern, aside from the back play, was
Hmm.
set pieces, and they
Welcome
reared.
back, set piece demons. I had PTSD, man. Let me tell you, seeing corners and free kicks, and I was like, oh my god, here we go again. I mean, they should have had 2 off of off corners, Alvarez was by himself on the first one, just whiffed it, and then on the second one, he ends up scoring. It was poor marking on both of them. One by I think both of them were by Avila, so, that's a that's a concern for us going forward. We just need to clean up that aerial marking, that, marking in the box, and stuff like that.
So is okay. So I'll ask you this:
Mhm.
Is Avila struggling in terms of
Mm,
because he hasn't been bad
no.
in the run of play? Are
Mhm.
his struggles on set pieces a youth thing, a developmental thing, or is it something physical that he just can't help?
No, I mean, he's got all the tools. He's tall. I mean, he may not be the strongest, but he's pretty tall. He's athletic. He's young. Um, I think it's just developmental and just confidence thing. Like, go up and go head the ball away, clear the ball. Like, go to it, be aggressive, be the first one to the ball. If you're second to the ball, you're losing. That's all it is. You just gotta be the first one to the ball.
Okay. So after I think we went down 2-0, if I'm not mistaken.
No, we went down 1-0, And
One
then
nil.
Robert Taylor, went on a like hit the crossbar 3,000 times. It felt like
Right. Yeah. I
it
know
was
that
like we
Miami had
finally
the
got
defense.
we finally got play from Jordi Alba was the best player in that first half for us. He tried everything. We were offside maybe a hair a couple of times. He was really trying to find Campana, trying to find Taylor and stuff like that. So the fight was there to get a goal. Unlucky that we didn't, but we had chances. It's not like we didn't have chances.
Okay. So I know that Campana being on the field with Suarez on the bench.
Hmm.
Um, that's something that we were looking for more of.
Hmm.
We wanted more Campana minutes. I feel like he was in position to do some real good things,
Yeah.
but never really broke through. And then in the
No.
second half, boom.
Yeah. Again, we are on the front trying to get a goal, trying to see this game out, possibly get a point. Off a corner, ball gets cleared out. Lawson Sunderland gets it back, crosses it in, Campana at the back post, 1-1. I'm like, okay, wow, this team is looking for a winner now.
Is that okay? So are you confident? Because I am that
With
this team isn't going to fold when they're down. In numerous games, we've seen them fight and
hmm
fight and
hmm
fight, regardless of them being down.
yeah,
So you think this is almost
I
now a
think I th- I
characteristic?
think it's become an identity for them almost.
Okay,
Like they're just gonna fight. They're not gonna give up until that final whistle blows. They have the quality to go find a goal late. To really, and then they also have the quality to really change the game in a snap of a finger.
okay. So Campana gets the equalizer 1-1,
Yep.
and our demons come back.
Come back. Yeah. Set piece on the left-hand side. I believe it was a foul committed by David Ruiz.
A
So
bad
ball
foul
gets
too.
whipped. But yeah, but you don't need to make it. So left-footed cross comes in. Callender's a little slow on it. If he really was gonna get there, he needed to come out quicker. Kokoro gets on the end of it, and we're down 2-1. And I'm like, here we go. Awesome. All that work to get back into the game for another set piece goal given up. And at that point, I was like, all right, we're gonna bring on Suarez and see if we can get a draw.
See, I I was not of that thinking. I really
Hmm.
thought that was just going to
Rest them.
prioritize the cup and
Okay.
say, if you want this game, you get to keep it.
Yeah.
I expected I expected Alba to get subbed off
Yeah.
um, early in the second half, like around 50, 60. Um,
Hmm.
but he didn't, and he, I mean, what a goal!
I mean, yeah. But at that point, we were down 3-1.
Right.
Let's not forget that two balls and then over two balls to the midfield, and then Joseph Martinez in on goal. He lays it off. Unlucky shot that gets deflected in.
I mean,
But
on
it's the thing with that's where that five back really hurt us that game. That they just kept playing the ball through the middle, finding they played two center forwards in the second half, bringing on Joseph Martinez along with Kokoro to play alongside him. Joseph dropping in, receiving that ball, and then just laying off to the wingers and making one of our center backs, come up a little bit, step out of position, and they were in on net. So
right,
yeah.
and that's something that I saw that Joseph Joseph almost had a joyful glee.
Hmm.
Like, you remember I mentioned, was it going to be a revenge game?
Yeah.
Um, so I that goal really hurt me because it's almost as if we gave up on him and went and got Suarez, and this was him saying, "I'm not done yet."
Eh. Mm, I'll take Suarez any day of the week, twice on Sundays.
No, I mean I would too. I
I
didn't
don't
say
think
it
it
was.
was. I
I didn't
don't
say it
think
was
it was.
double.
No, no, no. I know. I don't think it was his. note his thing of, "Hey, this is my revenge tour." Nah, I don't. If he would have, I mean, it would have been different if he would have started and scored and stuff like that. Hey, you're back. You're not frozen anymore.
I know, thank God.
Um, if he started and scored and stuff like that, but his impact, it was felt because it was late in the game, and we had a chance. We had multiple chances to tie the game. Campana had a chance to tie the game off. He went with his foot instead of diving header. Um,
Yes.
Borgelin had a point blank miss. I mean, the ball got rebounded to him. He was in the box and he put it over the
Yes.
bar.
Okay, so that miss really hurt because he was God, it was harder to miss it than
Yeah,
it was to make that
yeah, yeah,
chance.
yeah. No, you're right. I mean, we had so many chances. We it just didn't go our way that game. And credit to Montreal. They've been playing 6 straight road games to start the season because of their new stadium being built. So they've got a couple more road games and then they'll head home.
Credit to their coach though.
Yeah,
I
very
think at
yeah,
that
very
point
yeah,
they had what
very well
7 points.
coached. He came from Columbus Crew, I believe, and got those guys playing well.
At that point, what they had, I think 7 points in 3 games.
Yeah, I think they're up there with us. I want to
Yeah,
say
so yeah, totally unexpected. Montreal wasn't a team that we
a lot of people
expected
had
to
on the
be in that
radar.
position.
Yeah,
So like you said, kudos to their coach. I mean, getting a coach from the Columbus Crew who was in the final.
they just won
Um,
MLS Cup. Yeah, they
right.
they. I mean,
The
credit to them, man. They came in and they did what they were needed to do.
and the only team to go to a Columbus Crew coach and just be a complete torrid, horrible, just stinker of a coach is the U.S. men's national team. Everybody else has come out of Columbus. we'll get
Listen,
into Greg Berhalter at
credit.
some
He teaches that guy. The current coach for Montreal teaches those guys how to time waste, man. They are class A time wasters, let me tell you.
I mean, wouldn't you? I mean,
Yeah, I would too, but hey, get on with the game, bro. Come on, figure it out.
listen, you score that goal and then you park that bus, and part of parking
It's
the
not even
bus is time wasting.
goalie laying on the ball for 30,000 seconds. He what,
But
disgusting.
but that's everywhere.
Yeah, I know it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
I know, I know.
I've seen headers back to a goalie from their own team, and
No,
they dive on it as if they're
yeah,
protecting it from Fort
yeah.
Knox.
Trust me, I've seen Jordan Pickford time waste in the second minute of a game.
Here we go. Oh, listen, we
Yeah,
wouldn't be we wouldn't be here discussing how it makes us, boils our blood if we
time
didn't hit it
wasting.
too. Trust me. So we came off of a good result in
Hmm.
well, yes, it works, unfortunately, and that's because some referees are just completely spineless and don't
When was the last time
reprimand.
you saw a keeper get a yellow card for time wasting?
I it's been a long time. I've seen it, but it's been a long time.
I've seen it
Uh,
too.
we get a result in Nashville.
Hmm.
Um, then the Montreal debacle happens,
Hmm.
and I'll be honest. After the Montreal game and going into that second leg, I didn't know what to expect. Was I going to see a Montreal type performance, or was I going to get team that we had seen before? I remember last
Hmm.
week Alex was saying, "Can I get excited for this team?" And we said, "Absolutely, go ahead." And then we get that stinker against Montreal,
Yeah,
and I'm thinking to myself, "Man, could we have said, yeah, absolutely get excited about this team?" And now we are going to start with a
not
repeat
getting
of
excited.
last season,
Yeah.
and I didn't know what to expect. Um, I tuned in to that second leg, and God, was I impressed with what happened in that first part of the game.
Yeah, I mean, we really went for it that first part of the game. You know, we needed a good result, a good showing to say the least. And again, the five back, I was very critical, have been very critical of it the whole season. Every show, that we've done, I pretty
We're
much
still
have
critical,
mentioned.
regardless of the result.
I'm still critical of it, but if they show that they can play it, I'm willing to change a stance on it. I'm willing to see how it works. Okay.
What would need to happen for that? What are you looking for? And don't say
The same way we played against Nashville, the same way we played against Nashville. We took away the middle of the pitch for them. They could not find anything through the middle. Our wing backs had the discipline to track back defensively, and there was the width between the center backs was perfect.
okay.
If we're
Okay.
gonna play the five back, that's how it needs to be played. And let me tell you, Redondo has been stepping up every single
Aside from the first half hour,
game of the Nashville game. He has
yeah,
been improving every minute of every game.
I agree.
He looks the part, and him next to Busquets is something that this team is going to need going forward.
There's a professional performance that he gives.
Mhm.
This "I belong here" performance
Yeah,
that is really refreshing.
yeah,
So Miami, like you said,
mhm,
comes out and says, "This is our
yeah,
home.
yeah,
This is our."
yeah. I mean, the first goal was just beautiful. I mean, Alba Suarez dummies it to Messi, makes a run off the shoulder of the defender. Messi plays him in, taps it in far post. Keeper didn't react. I mean, nothing
See,
you can do.
to me, that they're not vertical runs;
No,
they're horizontal runs
yeah,
that
we should
end
not.
up
Suarez
being
is not going
vertical.
to make a vertical. Suarez isn't making vertical runs. I don't need him to make a vertical run. Make a diagonal run in between the center backs and let Messi find you, dude. You're going to score. I said, what did I
JJ has a
say?
question, a good
What's
question.
up? Why is the five back not favorable?
Yes,
Um, okay, so we tend, aside from the Nationals game, for us, we get beat with a lot of pace. So if we're not disciplined on the right and left sides of the defense, meaning the right wing back and the left wing back aren't tracking back, the other team is going to overload the midfield, play a ball into the midfield, and have those runners go diagonally in behind the center backs, leaving the lone center back in the middle, one on one with two guys going this way. So
so
it's just
remember, and also our center backs, the guy who's in the middle
it's not
is
fast.
Christoph.
Yeah, he is a 31-year-old Ukrainian dinosaur for speed.
Well, he's a dinosaur. He has
That,
struggled. Well,
yeah, with
has,
pace. I've taught you well. Look at this guy.
yeah,
This guy become
yeah, he's
this
a
guy
dinosaur.
becomes a
He's
season
old.
ticket holder. Season ticket holder, and he's already here. He's saying, I've taught you well.
But yeah,
No,
Jay,
but yeah,
that
that's the
pace.
reason the five back is gives us problems because you really need to control that midfield and have real good discipline with who stays back. No,
Sir,
you're not.
sir, that's okay. Come on, bro. You're talking about comparing a Mercedes to a Saturn.
Hey,
Come
hey,
on,
hey, hey, hey.
come on.
Vincent Company is a great center back of his time.
But that's
Is
what
he
I'm
better
saying.
than?
Comparing a
Yeah, yeah,
Mercedes Benz and Vincent
no,
Company
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to a
No, yeah,
Saturn.
yeah, yeah. No, he's not Vincent Company at all, Jesse. No, Jay, at all. No shot.
And if Jay, if you've been watching the games, you'll see that teams at times play balls over the top, and
Yeah,
you'll see Kristoff just struggle to just
turn and
not
run.
have the runner just pass him. He's
I
the
mean,
Suarez of center backs.
it
Old, no
happened in
knees.
Montreal. It happened in Montreal. He got beat twice over the top. Calendar misplayed that one with his head. Luckily, Kristoff recovered, made a great deflection, and they got a corner, but they scored. But yeah, him playing as that lone that's where that width comes from. Where was Noah Allen and where was Toto on that play? They were up the field. There was no one within 30 yards of him. Um, so that's the biggest thing with the five back. The
And I
width
feel
with
that
the center
that's teams'
backs.
game plans, though. I feel like
Huh?
when we're doing this, they kind of search and pick out Kristoff to isolate him, to put
Well,
him in
yeah,
positions like that.
yeah. They put their center back right on him and tell him, hey, you're making runs to on his left, on his right, get him behind him, or we'll play a ball into the middle, out wide, and then try to find you in space.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
luckily, we'll get to that now in the Nashville game. That wasn't the case.
So what I was talking about, and you stated, Suarez isn't making vertical runs, but
No.
these horizontal runs that they make, that it takes a certain IQ, it takes a certain vision for those horizontal runs to create chances like that first goal.
Mhm.
And unless you have a team on the same page, they don't tend to work. But Suarez and Messi, having played at Barcelona together, they they have that chemistry. And like you said, that feed was a thing of beauty until it developed. You did not see it. It wasn't like those vertical runs where you can see kind of almost like a fast break in basketball. This
Oh,
was it.
once he dummied it, I knew what was happening.
Right. I mean,
I saw Messi was perfect position. That run was timed perfectly. The pass timed perfectly. I mean, it was just it was a great goal by those three.
no surprise that Alba was the one that fed Messi
No,
on the
yeah, Alba's been doing that for years, and he's been doing it now for Inter. Like he brings that to the table. He brings quality service to Messi from the outside, from the left.
and Messi at that point can either choose to um to score or shoot or give that feed to Suarez.
Mhm.
Evidence is in that second goal that he got fed a ball. I think Gomez gave it back to him that
Yeah,
time,
dude. Yeah, we'll get to Gomez soon. Yeah, Gomez took the ball himself,
and Messi just
and
it
just
wasn't
and
even a
just
power
with
strike, just
no,
quick,
he quick, no
compact.
reaction. Yeah, is tight space and just slots it away. So we're up 2-0. After that, we kind of really sat back and just defended, and really like Nashville could not get anything going. Like
One of
they
my favorite
struggled.
terms. We parked the bus.
Yeah, I mean, we put it in neutral. We just kind of stayed there. We didn't really like. We had some chance to go forward and stuff like that, but nothing crazy. We really just really defended well for the last 35, 40, 35 of the half. Nashville got one opportunity at the end, but they really didn't show much threat in that the later part of the first half.
Yeah, I think that you said it right when Redondo and Busquets really closed off that middle of the field, and it forced
Yeah,
Nashville to flare
it's
out.
it's
And,
yeah. Everything was through the left side. They tried to play through Schaffelberg, and he really there was nothing getting. Balls were getting sent in. But another guy who had a fantastic game was Freire, commanding in the box. Getting on the end of crosses, clearing the crosses, making tackles. Stuff like that. He was
do you think
really
that's
really
something we're
really
going to
good.
see going forward? I see Freire really taking. I don't know if it's happening organically or not, but I see him really taking a leadership role where I feel like the orchestra conductor of that back line because he's yelling at everybody, communicating at all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
I
feel
see.
this
Yeah,
natural leadership thing for him.
yeah. I see that happening too. Between him and Alba, and then you have Busquets in the middle. There's a ton of communication with that back line. I mean, Calendar's constantly there, in the ears of the center backs. But you're right. Freire has looks to take that part of that vocal center back there. Not that they're not all vocal and communicating, but he looks to be the guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And w- would you say that with Freire taking that leadership role, with Redondo coming on, Busquets, do you think that affected the performance of Mukhtar? Now, we haven't really spoken about him yet, but
Hmm.
he was coming off injury on that first leg. But in this second game, I feel I felt it was a game poised for him to leave a mark on the game, but I felt like we
Neutralize them.
he got desperate.
Yeah,
He was
he he
taking shots
he
from,
operates. I mean, he operates down the middle, and we really closed off the middle really, really well. I mean, a credit to the game plan put in by Tata, and a credit to the players for executing it. I mean, you saw Diego Gomez. If he had the ball, he was in front of him. They were making sure that the ball went sideways and didn't go into the box. And when it went into the box, they were able to clear it.
and I'll give you credit for this. You
Hmm.
were really high on Diego Gomez coming into the season. Um, he really took that
That
performance, you
in
know.
the Olympic qualifying tournament, he's just ran with that confidence.
He's been arguably one of our best players. Okay, he's been our most consistent player for sure. Um, but he's been a key all season long. Um, you know, he doesn't always finish, but
That
one chance he
that could
missed,
be that could be worked on. The only thing he needs to work on is his finishing. He's got the motor, he's got the discipline. He's got the defensive work rate, the offensive, attacking
he's
work
creating
rate.
chances,
He's creating change. He's getting he is a strong mother effer as
and
well.
he's got a little bit of bite to him too.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he'll put in a tackle. He's not afraid, and that's what we need on this team with the exit of Gregory, who was gonna fill that bulldog type of role, that persona, and I think we found it.
Yeah, it has to be him
And
because
and also Redondo's got a little bit of nastiness to him too,
yeah, he does, but
but it
he's
may be reckless nastiness. I'm not gonna say it's full on nastiness. It might be a little recklessness, over aggression. That can be toned down a bit. Not to get senseless yellow cards and get sent off like that, but he's just getting better game by game, man.
yeah, I think Redondo has almost a youthful nastiness, a youthful bite to him.
Which I
But
think
I'll be honest,
he'll mature into.
I see more Busquets in him than I saw
Yeah,
Gregory.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
He's more of a finesse guy. Gregory was very physical. Although I do see, like you said, Gregory in Gomez. I do see
yeah.
that in his game. Um, Reminds me a little bit of a U.S. national team member that,
Jermaine Jones.
oh my God, yes, hit it right on the head. I think he's so underrated for the national team, but yeah, that's who I see when I see Gomez. Just
Mm,
a nastiness, physical, but
yeah.
he's offensive as
Hmm.
well. So I'll give you credit because you were high on him from from the beginning. Um, net after the win, which was a solid quality win.
Yeah.
Um, it
Suarez,
was yeah, it was a clinical
three,
display,
yeah, yeah. 3
and I
nil.
told
Suarez
you,
gets that assist. Yeah,
well, here's we need to talk about that. Messi gets subbed out at
at 50. I
49,
want to say at 40, 48, 49, 50. One of those.
49, I think it was, and Taylor comes in. Um, I texted you immediately, and I said,
Yeah, and I was like, I didn't think anything was wrong. I didn't see him limp. I was like, oh, precaution. We're up on Nashville. Nashville hasn't done anything. Okay,
my theory was this: with the way we were frustrating Nashville, I thought that I might have thought that Nashville would have come out in that second half with their hair on fire for those
hmm
first 5 minutes, and if they got a goal that they may need Messi to kind of calm things down, and then after those 5 minutes were up because it was at
hmm
49-50. I thought, okay, same as you, we have the game in hand. Let's rest Messi.
hmm
Turns out that was not the case. Apparently,
Yeah.
Messi picked up a knock. I don't know
Muscle
what it is.
discomfort. They're saying a small hamstring strain. They did tests and stuff like that. They initially like everything seems positive, and it was just precaution. With the international break coming up, he's not. I can guarantee you, he doesn't play Saturday. That's he's guaranteed. He has those 2 games with Argentina, and then we'll see what happens.
Now, we had been seeing that the last couple of games. Um, Messi, in the last 2 games he played, had been struggling with. I don't know if it's the left or the right, but he had been struggling with one of his hamstrings. And they kept downplaying it, kept downplaying it, kept downplaying it. Then they sub him out this game. Is this
Mhm.
something we need to worry about moving forward?
I mean, there's always a sense of worry just because it's been a nagging issue. But if handled correctly, I think he managed.
Okay.
Um, the I don't think he had anything the Orlando game. What I thought it was that shin acting up again from the tackle from the first leg in Nashville.
Oh
That his
my God,
shin,
that was.
that Lucas McNaughton. Oh yeah, I made a tackle, whatever. That's how I. Okay, buddy.
Listen, I
Um,
mean,
I
I
forgot. Was that guy on the pitch on Wednesday? I don't know. I didn't notice him. He threw the ball in a couple times. He looked like a ball boy, but whatever. Um,
didn't see too much of that tackle. I'll be honest. I just thought it was a happenstance. I think
but I thought it was they were taking him off, just precautions, stuff like that. We're gonna rest him and
Taylor,
that. But
yeah,
it
Taylor
turns
comes
it
in.
turns out, it's not the case.
Taylor comes in, and I mean,
He
he
becomes a press
immediately.
machine. He is just all wheels, pressing everybody, But to have a super sub of the caliber of Taylor is a real, real good thing, and Campana for that matter.
And it's
Mm,
interesting because we were talking about depth at the beginning of the season, and now Taylor and Campana can't find minutes.
yeah,
It's
and then you remember there's a couple guys that are injured that are coming back, and we're still waiting for FIFA to clear Matias Rojas,
Benha is
Benja,
slated to come
Ian
back
Frey,
sooner
and
rather than
Franco
later.
Negri. They said
Mhm.
Benja's out at least another month, maybe less,
Really?
and then yeah, um,
Okay.
Franco Negri and Ian Frey are recovering from ACL. I think Franco's a little more ahead
Well,
than Ian Frey.
Franco played well in the couple games that he played at the beginning of last season.
I mean, dude, you're able to play him. That gives you. I mean, I
Well, he
you,
plays on the left side just like Alba
yeah,
does, right?
and just like Noah Allen. So I mean, if you want to put Franco Negri at that left center back position rather than Noah Allen, or you want to put Noah Allen there, who played well, who played fine in that left center back position, I might say the other
Yeah,
day
no,
against Montreal.
I think it's I don't like the move to center back. I like
No,
him
I,
on the
I
left.
don't, but it gives you rotational to give Alba some rest, and you can move Alba into the midfield. Alba
Yeah,
played in the midfield in a 4-4 in a 4-3-3 that last 10 minutes of the Montreal game, and he found the goal at the end of the box.
I
I
agree.
mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can put him there,
That's
just
actually a
have
really good
Bush.
idea.
So it just gives more rotational pieces to these guys.
Yeah. So it was a quality win, and
Mhm.
then tonight at 10, I believe, is the
Is
second leg.
Montreal is Monterrey and Cincinnati. We play the
Yes,
winner.
yes. So it's tonight at 10. Um, I don't know if it's going to be on Fox Sports 2. That's where
It probably is. That's where they've been showing it. It's either on Fox Sports
right.
1 or Fox Sports 2.
Yeah. So if you're interested in watching that game, we play the winner of that matchup
Mhm.
sometime in early April, I believe.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, something in that area.
Mhm.
Um, but not to to more current fixtures. We have DC United up next. What can the fans expect to see from DC United?
Uh, they can expect to see another former Heron on the team and Christopher McVeigh, just like has one. But they're a team that came out that first game of the season. Christian Benteke scores a hat trick against New England Revolution. I was like, okay, Christian Benteke, Golden Boot, here you go. I think he was hurt their last game, which they drew. They drew their last two games. They drew away at Portland, which is a very good result given how Portland has started the season. Portland started the season very, very well under Phil Neville. So credit to them.
Yeah,
Um, two wins, they picked up a win at New York City FC on that baseball field looking thing. Evander scores an absolute worldie of a goal for the MLS to win it in at the death. Um, so they're outside of I think Benteke, McVeigh. Um, they got a couple midfielders. Pedro Santos is on that team. He's a bit older. Uh, you know, this is a game Miami could win. I mean, you
even
a
with
point.
the resting players you expect.
I mean, outside of Messi, yeah. I mean, nothing. And if we play that five back and we play it to the ability that we played against Nashville, we can. I mean, it's not like we against Montreal. I mean, it's not like we didn't play to win the game. I mean, we had chances and they just didn't fall for us. So if we can finish the chances, why? Yeah, I can see us winning the game or getting a draw. I mean, this is a road game. You got to win MLS games at some point.
Okay, so what do you have? What do you have this game? What's your
Uh,
prediction?
2-0 Inter Miami.
Oh wow. Okay,
Keep it going.
I'll go 2-1 Inter Miami.
I'll go
Uh,
2-0. I mean, there's going to be a game, I'm sure, down the road that I might have to pick them to lose. But right
and
now, you're playing a.
I promise you, he'd come back.
Hey, what? He's back.
We need. He was good
I,
against Nashville, and we
he
need
was
another
not.
performance from
He was
him
not
again.
good against. Not good against Montreal.
No, he struggled against Montreal. He
Yeah,
did.
but yeah. Good against Nashville. I need a good performance, starting from the back to the front in DC.
Oh, we have a prediction.
4-1. Hey, bro. Tell me who
We're,
scores. Messi's not playing. Who scores? You got
Alex,
four goals.
we're gonna hold you to this 4-1.
4-1.
Uh,
Who scores? This guy's gonna say Suarez hat trick and Robert Taylor 1 goal. Watch.
if
I'm down for a Suarez brace if he starts. I'd also like to see Campana score.
I think he needs to. I think he needs a little bit of that confidence juice.
Hey man, don't be surprised if we start both of them together.
Who, Suarez and Campana?
Yeah,
Look,
bro. I will tattoo a Finnish flag to my chest if that happens.
you heard it here, folks. A Finnish flag if Taylor scores 4 goals.
If he
Finnish
gets
flag.
4 goals, bro, I will tattoo a Finnish flag across my chest.
And if Robert Taylor scores 4 goals, we will live stream special false nine presentation at the tattoo shop. If Robert Taylor
Yeah, I'll
scores
do it.
4 goals.
I'll do it.
All right, so we have Inter Miami plays at on Saturday at 2 p.m. And
Hmm.
then tonight at 10 is the that matchup to see who we play in the CC in the CCC matchup. He
Yeah,
says,
I'm gonna hit you up. That's fine, bro. I'll be waiting. I wanted to. I love Robert Taylor. So
"No, I mean,
let's.
every time he plays, he's a pleasure to watch. You can't help but root for the guy."
Yeah.
But
100%.
thank you for watching. Please subscribe. If you like the content, please tell your friends about it. Follow us
Share
on
it.
Instagram.
Yeah, everything.
Follow us on Twitter. We're gonna have a lot of great content for you. We're coordinating right now to see if we can get a few events going. But yes, if you guys can help us out with spreading the word, if you like the content, I love the comments. I love the interaction we have with you guys. Recommend it to your friends, and we'll see you Thursday at 7:30 to talk about the DC United game and preview the fixture that comes next.
I
Thank you
believe
for
it's New
watching,
York
guys.
Red Bulls,
Yeah, I
but
believe.
we have international break. Remember,
Yeah, no,
no
well,
Messi, no
definitely
Messi that game.
no. The show is going to continue with the Herons, but when they don't play and when they don't have fixtures, we'll also be covering U.S. men's national team and uh, U.S. soccer talk. I know that
Maybe doing
rosters were released for the
any
Nations League.
some Champions League if it's relative.
Yes, so keep tuning in, guys. We'll talk about a lot more soccer coming your way, and we thank you for watching.